It is the first time that I try the photovoltaic topic. I will probably say trivial things for someone and obvious things for others, and I will be able to use inappropriate terms. But the purpose of this video is to demonstrate that even with little experience it is possible to create a mini photovoltaic system with a cost of less than €500 to try to save. Clearly, with only one panel and with only one battery, and in the winter you can't expect a great result. Clearly in the summer, with the greater exposure to the sun, expectations will be better. This first video will describe how I built the system without going into details. The description of how the various components work will be the subject of the next videos. The connection diagram visible in the video shows the components used. A 100-watt 12-volt monocrystalline photovoltaic panel of small dimensions, a 12-volt 100-ampere battery, a 2500-watt pure-wave inverter and a 30-ampere, in addition to the differentials and various fuses. The photovoltaic panel was mounted on the roof, anchored to a metal structure, fixed with pressure screws directly on the tiles. Since it was an old roof, I had no other options. The French-made battery is an ESA brand, and is 12-volt 100 amps, which you can recharge with the 100-watt panel installed. The 2500-watt pure-wave inverter is sufficient for the operation of small and medium household appliances and is provided with a small display on the front in which it is possible to read the voltage and the battery charge, the frequency and the mains voltage, and the watts required by the household appliance used. In the rear part there are the connectors to connect the battery and two fans that come into operation in moments of greater absorption. I strongly recommend using only pure wave inverters, as using modified wave ones you risk failure. In the electrical panel I mounted two circuit breakers to interrupt the connection of the battery, of the panels, and another to interrupt the mains current. I also mounted a meter that sequentially reports the mains voltage, the amps required by the appliance used, the power, the kilowatts that have been used since the first use, and the watts required by the load used. On the positive of the panel, of the battery and of the inverter I also inserted a 30-amp fuse for protection. On the display it is possible to read in sequence the battery charge percentage, the amps supplied by the panel and the temperature of the same, the absorption used by the load, and the kilowatts produced by the photovoltaic panel. The charge regulator is used to regulate the current arriving from the panels, which is greater than 12 volts and decreases the voltage to properly charge the battery. It is equipped with 6 connectors, 2 of which for connecting the photovoltaic panel, 2 for connecting the battery, and 2 for connecting a 12-volt direct current load. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel by clicking on the red button.